up, guys? It's Talia. Today is Sunday, October 29th, and I have a couple of whips to show you, but I have a lot of haul. And some of that haul is going to require its own video. So, but I'll show you what I got, either way. So, what have I been up to this week? Nothing much. Just working. That's all. Working and trying to get stitching in as often as possible. I did put on a real shirt today, so I didn't figure you guys wanted to see me in my pajama shirt every single time. Which is basically what I am, like what I'm wearing. Like when I do these videos on Sunday, I'm still in my pajamas. But I didn't figure you guys wanted to see me in my pajama shirt every time. People need a little excitement in their life, huh? So I put on a real shirt. So, what have I got to show that I've been working on this week? Well, do you remember that Halloween-ish pattern that I showed last week that I started? I've been obsessed with it this week. Maybe it's just because I had so much fun working on it. Let me get the magazine out here. It makes me sad that I can't. I had to stop at one point because I ran out of the floss. The Halloween tree, and this was in the 2016 Just Cross Stitch Halloween issue. And actually somebody made a comment on my last video when I showed it about the kind of Celtic looking nature of it, and I did tell her that yeah, it was designed by somebody at Ink Circles, so that maybe that has something to do with it. Sorry, I could tell you. Sorry, my DMC was ready to fall. It is designed by Tracy Horner of Ink Circles. So, remember what it looked like last time, right? Those two little diamond shapes. That's what I've got done on it this week. Told you, I was obsessed with it. So, yeah. And unfortunately, I had to stop working on the lines because that's what I ran out of, was the black coffee. So I gotta get another skein of black coffee. I'm hoping that I can run by the stitching frame when I go to North Carolina. Yeah, because I didn't go to North Carolina this week. I've rescheduled that for next weekend. Not this coming weekend, like next weekend, but the weekend after, like 2 weeks. So, but yeah, that's what it looks like now. Did more of the lines, obviously. Did the owl, that's the eyes, that's the yellow and eyes I was talking about. And then I started on some of these pumpkins down here. But, yeah. Coming out good. And I think the reason I like working on this so much is because it's on 14 count. It's just like really easy. And like as far as following the lines, all you really got to do is just follow the pattern to do the lines, and then once you get those lines filled in, once you get those lines done, all you got to do is just go back and fill it in with the color. So, but then there's the other pumpkins and stuff. So, but yeah, that's my progress on that. And staying on the Q-snap because I intend to work on it as much as possible some more. And then one day I did decide to kind of step outside of that and work on the visiting the neighbors thing. All I have is a pattern here, just a working copy of the pattern. And kind of can show you something like that. Yeah, that one. As far as what I was able to get done on it, not a lot. Well, you can look at it and see. think I got a picture. Did I get a picture of it? Yeah, I did. Sorry. So, hold on. Didn't it? I had to turn the brightness down so you could see it better. That's where I was at last time. See that? Has the fields in the back and some of the porch railing and stuff. So, I guess I got more done than I realized. I just didn't feel like it. Obviously, I got all the stitching, the actual cross stitching done in the gentleman there. Finished off those couple of railings that I was missing, and did some. This is actually the horse right here. That's like where his saddle is. That's the yoke thing, the harness thing around his neck, and that's his butt right there. It's like that dark brown. That's his butt, and going down into his leg. So that's what I got done on him. But this thing, like, I didn't get any more done on it than I did, because there's so much freaking quarter stitches on this. So much quarter stitches. You see all those? Yeah. Those quarter stitches did my head in. Especially when I'd miss one, and then have to go back and start a new strand just to do a quarter stitch. It's annoying. So anyway, pretty much does it for the whips that I worked on. Come on. Dean's still kind of picking on him, like he's still kind of obsessed with him. He did have his vet appointment last week, and it's been almost a week. So that kitty testosterone is slowly making its way out. And the vet did say it'd probably take about 2 or 3 weeks for it to work its way out. So Dean's still kind of obsessed with him right now, like he still kind of wants to pick on him. Yeah. You can stay up here for now. Now that I'm done showing my whips. So, that gets us into the haul. I will start out by showing you something that's not stitchy related. And I know I didn't show this last time. My ear fleek subscription. I really like this. It's not bad to have. $3.49 a month. Let's say $3.50, and you get a pair of earrings delivered to your door every month. This month, I really like these, but I have to figure out what to put them with. I have the I don't give a hoot subscription, which means they can send me a pair of earrings from like any of three other categories. So there's a little crown this month. Isn't that pretty? I gotta figure out what to put them with. And these earrings are nickel free, so I've had to go to wearing sensitive earrings. And because like it had gotten to where I would get like just a regular pack of earrings or something from Claire's or Target or Aeropostale, something like that, and like my ears, it would start bothering my ears. Like they would be like sore and just all like itchy, and it wasn't a good look. So but I did come to the realization that yes, I guess I need to start wearing sensitive earrings. Anyway, moving on. Got an order from 123 Stitch. Not very much, just a small order. You're gonna fall off, and that worries me. I can't. I'm holding my legs up because he's like, you're gonna fall off. Here. Alright. First, I got the 28 count Cashel cauldron to restart Angel of Love on. And I will probably be doing that tomorrow, this week, if not tomorrow, on my day off. Because I'm taking Monday off instead of Tuesday because Tuesday is Halloween. And then I got, I'm going to show you that last. Tacky Bob, again to use with Angel of Love. And some white Nymo, again to use with Angel of Love. Now for the fun thing, the exciting thing, I figure if I'm placing this order, might as well throw in something fun off my wish list. So I got His Eyes on the Sparrow. Am I crazy? Maybe. I could take it out of the package. For anybody who has never seen this pattern before, I will take it out of the package. There's a couple people that I've seen post on Stitch Mania that are doing it. Yeah, I just want to show you. I just want to show you the cover picture. I don't want to show you the whole pattern. That's it. Sorry. I realize that when I hold stuff on this side, it kind of puts me in shadow. So yeah. And she does say, I'm going to read the little blurb that's on the back. This is her inspiration. This is in the nearly 7 years since I started selling my designs in pattern form. You have been such faithful and encouraging supporters of my little venture. So faithful that I have already made it to the grand number of 100 designs being offered by my distributors. That really blows me away. For this country girl to sit here at home and put her dreams into stitch form, then have more than a few strangers like them, enough to keep them in distribution, just blesses me beyond what you can imagine. In order to celebrate that momentous mark of 100 distributed designs, I decided to work up a big one. Fully aware that most of my customers will never want to take up such a big project, I did it as much for myself as for the brave few that will try to conquer 435 by 363. Taking birds and critters and flowers from various of my other designs, wouldn't that make a fun treasure hunt? And adding a whole lot more, I came up with a tree of life on a grand scale. I'm pretty sure that a fraction of the original Garden of Eden would still put me to shame, but I'm pretty happy with the results nonetheless. I hope you like it too, and thank you ever so much for sticking with me for all these years. Here's to the next 100. Heartstring Samplery. His Eyes on the Sparrow. So, that will be started. That will be started in 2018. Oh, wrong one. And it uses, it says it calls for pictures plus 20 count doubloon 1/2. I don't get the whole 1/2 thing. Do you just not want coverage? But I'm thinking about possibly actually doing it on the balloon, but by doing it on either 36 or 40 count to make it smaller. And it uses 5 colors of Weeks Dye Works. A couple of them have 2 skeins each, and then a whole crap ton of Gentle Arts. So yeah, I'm definitely not doing this on 28 count. I've done the math, and 435. Just to put this in perspective, it's the size of a hay, basically, if you do it on 28 count. Yeah, it's the size of a hay. So, to put this in perspective, taking the width, which is the larger of the two measurements, 435, divided by doing it over 2 on 28, so divided by 14. That brings the width to 31 inches. No, not happening. A little big. I have enough apps, thank you very much. So, okay, sorry. But to scale it down to 435 divided by, even doing it on a 36 count, would bring it down to 24 inches wide. So that's more manageable. So I'm probably at least going to do it on a 36 count. Sorry. I said they're both out right now because but they're kind of staring at each other. Sam's like up in the window and Dean's down on the floor. They're just kind of staring at each other. What are y'all doing? What are you doing? Dean? Someone's like, Sam's staring and is like, yeah, come up here. I dare you. Hold on. Okay, sorry about that. It would have turned real ugly real fast because Sam, being in the window, he's kind of backed into a corner. And if Dean had tried to come up there, it would have been fight or flight. So the next thing I have to show Stitchy box. And this month, I was kind of scared that this month was going to be another red and green theme. But it is kind of more, even though the color palette is similar, like the total color palette is similar to what it was last month, they have included more fall colors though. So that's the color palette there. Leaf Peeping is the name of the inspiration. And then first we have the Fabulous Threads. First we have Silk Kid Mohair floss thread in New Aurora. I'm going to continue on for now. I'm still trying to keep an eye on them. Next thing we have is Valdani Cotton in Quiet Fall. And these colors are actually showing up pretty good today. Did I show you the mohair one? Really dark browns and stuff with some kind of raspberry tones in there, and there's sparkle in there. Soie d'Alger cotton. No, this is silk, I think. I think this is silk, and it's nice, pretty yellow. Damn. Come here. Come here. I think he wants in the window. And you're in his spot. Hold on. Okay. So, I'm just bringing him over here with me. Okay. Yeah. Dean loves to sit in that window, and Sam was kind of taking up his spot. And with them still being kind of right now, he was kind of scared to go over there. Then we have a General Arts limited edition. And what did I do with now? Gentle Arts limited edition. It's called Poison Apple. A nice green ground. Browns and greens colors. Really pretty. That would be good for like a tree or something. Tree or leaves or foliage. And then we have Weeks Dye Works in Sweet Potato. Nice burnt orange color. So, I've been thinking, and I can't do it, like financially I can't do it right now, but when everything levels out, hopefully at the beginning of the year, I was thinking about adding the Just the Threads like add-on pack, because I do like getting all the different threads because they're fun to have. Maybe bling it up, I don't know yet. I'm still kind of iffy on that one because I don't do a lot of beading and stuff. So okay, next thing we have the embellishments and finishing materials. First of all, a little piece of the plaid finishing fabric for a nice cute little ornament or something. And then guess what? Nymo thread. And this actually, I think they said this actually is Nymo. Yeah, this actually is Nymo. I got that other I got the 1, 2, 3 stitch order before I got the Stitchy box. Oh, I had no clue that they were sending Nymo thread. If I had, I wouldn't have ordered it. But it's all good. I have plenty of beading thread now. And then we have a wood slice and twine ornament backer. I really don't get this, but okay. I would probably be happy to pass this on if anybody wants it or they know exactly what they want with it, because I don't see myself ever using it. Literally the only thing I would do, I mean, you have the twine and there's a hole in that wood slice, like right there. Put the twine through the wood and hang it up. So I don't know. That's just me. Then we have this cute little hand-blown owl bead. Isn't he cute? He's adorable. And then the pretty little petite beads. Red agate, 4mm. Sorry. You can see it. They're kind of like a burnt red, dark red. And then we have peridot, 2 to 3mm rounds. Probably go really good in like putting a few beads in like a memorabilia or something along those lines. Crinkle, crinkle. And then last but not least, the best part of any Stitchy box is the fabric. And that is going to be this nice pumpkin-y orange fabric. In today's selection, did the thing fall off? I think the thing fall off. Well, oh, there it is. This is a 28 count butterscotch cookies from Hand Dye Fabrics by Stephanie. So, So yeah, it's a really pretty. It's a little bit darker in person than it's showing up, but it's really pretty. It's like pumpkin color, like the inside of a pumpkin guts color. I should just called it pumpkin guts. So that was the Stitchy box. And so I think the next one we can expect is the countdown to Christmas, which will probably be coming very end of November if I'm not mistaken. Where you going? Where you going? No, stay right here. Okay. What he's doing over there. So the next thing, I got some books. What are you playing with? Oh, playing with a magnet. It's on the floor. I got the Mary Englebright cross stitch for all seasons. And to give you a little taste of what's in here, I really like this one. And then there's a bigger pattern. It's that kind of is like this. And this would be good, like the trick-or-treaters. That's just a taste of what's in here. And I'm going to do an actual flip through. And I'm going to do an actual flip through in its own video. Because I have 3 books. This one I got from Listia Win. Ow. And the other ones I got from a book sale. And then from a book sale that was at my mall this weekend. I always do it like on kind of a preview on Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday they do it. I always try to go as early as I can to get to the cross stitch stuff. And the first book I got was 501 Cross Stitch Designs by Sam Hawkins. Now, this is a good enough taste to give you an idea of what's in this book. And it's funny because it said 501 designs, and there's 10 sections? 51, 52, 53. Yeah, there's 10 sections. And each section has 50 patterns. So I'm like, okay, where is this, the one? Like, I was looking through each section and I'm thinking, where is the extra one at? And the extra one is actually tucked inside the instructions. Like the introduction instructions. If I can show you that one. I mean, they do show a picture of it. I mean, this is a pretty old book. Like, this is an instruction they give you. Okay, this is on 14 count Ada. This one is on 16 count Ada. This one's on 18 count Ada. This one's on 28 count linen, just to kind of show you the differences and everything. And then that's their pattern over there. Yeah, that's the one. That's the 501. 501st design. So, I'm like, okay. But I will also do a flip through of this book in a video. I want to do each of these books in its own separate flip through in case anybody doesn't want to watch it. And the third one I got was Decorative Cross Stitch. And this is put out by Maria Diaz. And this is actually, I wasn't looking for a publishing date on this one. And this was actually is from 2002, 2003. I mean, the designs are really nice. I did see it. I promise you I saw it. 2003. So there's some of the designs there. And then there's a few more. And these designs that they have in here, they're not just your standard, you know, stitch it and frame it up on the wall type of thing. They've put these into different home decorative elements, like napkins, basket, ribbons and napkins and stuff like that. So I will do that in its own video if anybody's interested. These I will show because I got 5 issues of old cross stitching country crops, and I have everything January, February through to July, August of 91. That's 4 of them. So I have the first 4 issues of 1991, and then I have the September, October of 1990. Now, I did subscribe to somebody new, and somebody that everybody on Flosstube probably already knows about, Arlene Cohen, and I started at the beginning, and she was talking about she had 3 babies, and this guy is one of them. No, this one is not one of them, I don't think. Is this guy one of them? I do think this is one of them. I'm sorry, I don't remember. I need to go back and look. But I will go ahead and do the quick flip throughs of these because I don't know, there's not a lot of patterns in cross stitching country crops. It's kind of funny because they have like sections where they have the pictures of the designs, and then they have the several pages following it where your patterns are for that section. So there's not really a lot of names for these. This one is basically for these pumpkins. I was on the bag there, and in that bag. 3 different ones. And they're showing you can and then there's a section on keepsake quilting. So you have the stitched piece, and then it kind of gives you direction as to how to put this together, of like different special fabrics to you. And then finally we have Button Whimsy, which is basically buttons and buttons and more buttons. Yeah, they don't really have names for these. It's that one. I mean, you got everything in there from, all these little things right here. The R, the pig, all of these little characters you see here, those are buttons. And I don't even know, I would hope that they might still be available, or something similar to them would still be available. Next section, we have carrots, turnips, and radishes. This is this is the oldest one. This is the September, October 90. That's the carrots. If you can't tell. Well, it's the carrots, turnips, and radishes. And then it was the first in a series, so that was the other 2. Didn't get that though, did I? Actually, yeah. That one is in the January issue, the January 91 issue. So technically, I'm only missing the issue between this one and that one. And then we have a Santa. And And his face is stitched. Just his face. And it literally gives you the pattern on his clothes. So, but this is cross stitch and country crafts. So it wasn't just about cross stitching. Although I'm sure cross stitching was probably their more popular things. And it's basically the same Santa again. The same Santa doll. And then Sheepish Designs. Look at these two lovely ladies. Cute sampler. A little simplistic for my taste, but it's cute. Then they had some type of contest, I think. I'm not even sure. I want to show you that. Yeah. Okay. They had a contest to design a pattern. I'm guessing they had a contest to design a pattern to go into the middle of a collector's cabinet. This is all the entries that they received for that middle, and then this was the winner that they chose. So that's the pattern you get. And then finally the little baby in the bath bowl. And I like how they put like an actual picture, like an artwork picture that inspired it. He is cute. He is cute other than that. And there's the close-up of the face. See, now in this, they do say, when they have, okay, now, okay, I'm going to show you this close-up of the face, even though they do have them as him as the whole chart, like in this other section. Yeah. They do have a close-up of the face. In order to get more subtle shading in the face, they've given you a chart for just that. Leave them alone. Dean is under the ottoman right here at my foot, because you're sitting on top of pillows that are on top of this ottoman. But what I was going to say about this pattern is, what they explain is, to achieve the subtle shading in the face, use detail chart below, stitching 3/4 stitches in the color of the shaded symbol. So, some of these colors are shaded and some of them aren't. So the shaded corner is the one you do a 3/4 stitch in, and then the opposite corner is the one you'll do the 1/4 stitch in. Like, see here, you would do this color in the 3/4 stitch, and then that color there in the 1/4 stitch. So, but that's interesting. I've never heard it like that. So I'm going to be looking for that on other patterns now. So if there's a pattern where half of it is shaded and the other half isn't, from now on, the shaded part I'm going to do a 3/4 stitch in, and then the non-shaded part I'm going to do the 1/4 stitch in. Never heard that before, and so now I think if I ever see that, then that's probably what I'll do. And then we have Winter on Logan's Creek. And this one down here, I'm sorry I'm covering it. This one was actually in a previous issue. Not the issue immediately before this. I did read ahead. It says 2 summers ago, you paid a visit to Logan's Creek, a lush sun-washed spot in the wilds of northern Wisconsin. As presented in the May-June '89 issue of Cross Issue Country Crowd, it delighted the eye and soul with its solitude and serenity. So, this is 1990, right? This is 1990. This was in the May-June of '89 issue. So like a year or so before that. And then have the winter at Logan's Creek. I'm sorry if I'm taking too long on these. This one is really pretty. This is probably my most favorite version of an Afghan that I've seen so far. And that's just because they're just simple designs. These simple blue designs. And they've also got them in red. A couple of designs stitched on red over here as well. So, but I really like those. That is something I would actually do. And they give you a couple of the designs. And one thing I've noticed, it's funny, is that if you look, I'm trying to think, okay, this one is the best. Look at that, like you see the flowers, right? That is the same design as this, but I guess it's stitched over one, and that's stitched over one, and this is stitched over two, possibly, or whatever the difference is. Yeah, for version 1, stitched over 2, yeah. For version 2, stitched over 1 thread, corner motifs only. Yeah. So this is version 1, is stitched over 2 with the whole design that they give you. This version 2 here is stitched over 1, and it's only using like that the corner motif. So I think that's interesting. But I really do like that. Like I would actually stitch that. I would actually stitch that on an Afghan. Now I need to go find an Afghan. But that is it for this particular issue. Next issue. And I know I have 4 more of these to go through, so I'm going to try to make these next ones go quick. I spent too long on that first one. First one. What is the freaking... There's a cactus pattern in here, but I haven't come across it yet. First one is these little, what do you call it? Knob. These little knob covers. Could also be good on a card, because each design is literally like not very big. I mean, there's literally like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 14. Each design is like 14 by 14 or somewhere around there. So not big at all. And then they have an article focusing on Heart Song. Yeah. Some of these, like, I have to look and see what is a pattern before I can show you what is a pattern. Have focus on even weave. This is one of the patterns that's in here. And these are just little extra doodads, almost like checkers or something that they put on there. Not part of the pattern. And then, I'm sorry, there was like some extra papers in here when I got this book, when I got this magazine. to remember where the back is. Magazine, okay. And then there's that onions and garlic one. That's the third in the series from the one I showed you before. And then the sneak preview of their series is coming up in the next issue, which I have. And then we have the Deserts in Bloom. For anybody that likes cacti. And they've got these geckos, or whatever you want to call them. They got them like kind of stitched separately. Those geckos are in the corners. They've got them kind of stitched separately on napkins and plant pokes and where's the other thing? Yeah. And then a special feature, Sweet Amelia. Basically, it's giving you instructions on how to make that little apron that she's wearing with that motif, and then you get that motif. And like I said, it gives you instructions on how to make that apron that she's wearing. And then we have this one. Designer Profile Sherry Fulmer. And then this one I fell in love with. This was actually the last issue that I saw. That last issue that I looked through when I first got them. I literally, and I posted it on Facebook, I was like, I found something I must do. I love this. I love this. I love this. I love this. And even stitching it on black. Now they've done it on a 28 count even weave. Or is it even weave or linen? I have some black 14 count Aida that would work just fine if I want to do it on the black 14 count Aida. Or I also have a leftover piece of the dark gray. I think it's a 16 count Aida. I have something in my stash that I can stitch that on. But I find it interesting that this pattern is featured in a section about decorative finishing. Giving you instructions on how to refinish the frame. Okay. Then we have Country Hearts. These are kind of cute. I was so enthralled with that previous pattern that I think I didn't even see these. I looked right past them. These are cute. These are really cute. Country Hearts. That little cat one, the patchwork cat one, is my favorite, I think. Yeah. And that's going to be it for this one. So yeah, that's what I think. Nope. Okay. They have a design picture on the back cover. Did I show them one from the previous one? Oh yeah, that was the Afghan one. And this is the picture that they put on the back cover. These little windsock ornaments. And you got ones like the little Santas and the... So, that's that one. And in case you're wondering, there were some pages in this one, and if anybody can tell me what book these came out of, I counted, and there's 36 different mice here. I'm just going to give you a few of them. That one. Yeah. These came out of a book. Because they're copied from a book. Because there's page numbers at the bottom of a couple of these. So, will I ever stitch any of them? I don't know. They were included with the magazine. So, then we move on to the March-April 91. Really pretty fan. I feel like I know I've seen this little girl before. And it bothers me. They have these cross-stitch patterns as hair barrettes. That one, you see that one? And then the ones they're wearing. Yeah, this was back in the 80s when t-shirt clips were a thing. That little girl right there, I feel like I've seen her before. I feel like she was in something else that I've seen. Don't know. Very 80s, 90s, pink and blue fan. Pretty, but if I was good at color changing, I would. Then the collector series, first in the series, and it's for needlework. These are actually really pretty. Why they didn't do the whole alphabet, I don't know. But it would have been a very long series. And then Gentle Menagerie. I think I've seen somebody on Flosstube has done this. Or they were doing this. Fresh vegetables. And then they've actually also, they've taken this bottom motif down here and put it on a cover, a pot holder. No. Appliance cover. They put it on an appliance cover. And they've also taken one of the other motifs and put it on a pot holder. And then the Celestial Charmers. This one, I instantly thought of Molly Peckham. Aloha. Super cute. I should stitch that up and do that for her, right? It'd be a quick stitch. Wouldn't take long. And then it just says pastel linen. It's an eye roll nowadays when they see them talking about this type of stuff. You have a nice little bird nest and some flowers, some vinage. And this article is talking about working on pastel colored linen. Pastel colored linen. I guess as opposed to white. I don't know. Then we have a little set. Like basically like little scissor pouches and the sheaths that you put your scissors in. Kind of like that one. Then basically like a pincushion and then like symbol bands pincushion. And these have to be the most adorable cross stitches ever done. This one, and you kind of see that one up there. This have to be the most adorable cross stitches that person has ever done. Yeah, and that's gonna be it. Yeah, that menagerie one they did it on hat boxes on the cover. Next we have May, June of 91. And the first one is going to be their patterns for working on Quaker cloth. The regular red, white, and blue hearts, the keys, and then this kind of I guess you would call it like a vintage red, white, and blue. Same pattern, just different colors. Two peas in a pod. Just a couple of baby patterns. Bottle cozies in the bed. And there's a pink bib over here too. There's another side to this. I guess when somebody has twins. And there's that other bib. The other half. Then we have New Techniques black work. This is kind of pretty. And they've also pulled, it looks like they pulled this particular black work design and put it onto like a tray. Gives you instructions on how to do black work for anybody that has never done black work before. Then we have Jingle All the Way. This one has got a couple different things. You got the little drums there on the ribbon, and then really tiny door hanger that you're not going to be able to see from here, but they've enlarged it. That's the door hanger right there. But they've got another picture, and then you got a couple of birds, cardinals. And then that next in the series was the G for Garden. And then there's another sampler from Pat Rogers. Anybody out there that likes Pat Rogers? And it looks like the title of it's going to be A Lady's Alphabet. Happy as Kings. I try to get in as close as I can on these patterns. Friendship Memories. This would be good, like if you have like a reunion, even for a family reunion or anything. Stitching this up and then having like that piece of fabric in the middle for people to sign and leave like little messages and stuff. We used to do that on the yearbooks when I was in school every year. I mean, I guess I would still do it. I mean, your friends would sign it and they would leave "Keep in touch" or KIT. Yeah, that was the thing back then in the early 90s. And then some name tags, if we're talking about reunions. This looks awfully familiar. Some name tags you can stitch. Why you would want to stitch a name tag? No clue. But here's some. I guess they had another contest and this was the winning design. And this was some of the other designs. So that's the pattern you get. Yeah. Out of all those name tags, they chose the one that looked like a sampler. Okay. But I was also looking through the advertisements on here, the country shopper section. And I found these things really fun. Apparently you can get like these little sets of alphabet leaflets, and they do come as sets. There's a catfabet. Where is it? Kitty bet. The cat alphabet. Look at that. Look at that. Then you got a calphabet. Come on, really, a calphabet? And then the Alphasaur Dinobet, a dinosaur alphabet. And you had to get these in a section. You had to get these in a set. They were $9.97 for the set. But that's not all. They also had They also had a choo-choo bet and a teddy bet. A train alphabet and a teddy bear alphabet. Now I'm making this stuff up, people. I want that kitty bet. I want that kitty bet. More shopping. Okay. And then I think this is last but not least. Yes. Last but not least, little mini stitched frames on perforated paper. Well, frames and just the regular designs. Like this one, that's basically how it is. Like there's an open center. You can either cut it out or you can put like little doohickeys in there. But that's how that one comes. So yeah. Kitty bet, really? Okay. And then lastly, we have the July-August 91. And this one is called the Plant a Bright Future. Let me make sure how long. It's actually called In Praise of Trees. Any gardeners out there? The thing about this magazine is they have their article on the project, and then they name their article. But what they name their article is not necessarily what the actual title of the pattern is. To find that lovely bit of information, you have to look right there at the top of the color key to actually find what the name of the pattern is. And sometimes it's just sampler. And they've taken some of those, they pulled some of those trees out and put them on like aprons. And this one is on a tote, these are on a tote bag, like a grocery tote bag. So it just gives you an idea what you can do. And then we have Bath Time Buddies, otherwise known as washcloth pals. Romantic baskets. This one, basically 2 hydrangeas. I love the hydrangea, don't get me wrong. They've literally stitched this, cut it out, and glued it to that basket. That's what they've done. And I do think, in case you're wondering, I do think they give you both colorways. And then we have, it says Hit the Road in Style, but the name of the actual pattern they give you is just called Bargello. They've done it this way, and then they turned it up around. This is how it comes. Like, this is what the pattern looks like. Like this little, like the little section like that. Just those 4 like that. And then you can flip it upside down. Then there's the hydrangea. Yeah. Yeah, and they do give you both color variations. The blue and the pink. And then finally that third in the Stitchers series, H is for Home. And then we have the Rustic Charm of Rustico. And basically, they give you a couple of animals pig, a cow, and a sheep. I think a chicken. And then the, what do you call it? Gingham. I think they're focusing more on the sandwich than they are the, I'm sorry. You get the pig, a corn, another pig. No, thank you. And our designer Patricia Gaskin. And this is a 1932 Chevrolet truck. That's the title of it. 1932 Chevrolet truck. Might be good for any car people. And then here's a nice little Christmas stocking. Hold on, I'm trying to see something. It's not making any sense. I don't know. Poinsettia cuff stocking. Because they're talking about a music room stocking. I don't know. It's talking about replacing. Oh, okay. See music room chart. Wherever that may be. I guess we'll find it. Then we have a lady's pin cushion, otherwise known as floral filigree. Oops, that's the pattern. Damn. They're advertising the second Angel of Freedom for $5.97. $5.97. I saw the other Santas in here too. Spirit of Christmas. Spirit of Christmas Santa. These were the ones that were these lavender and lace, or were they memorabilia? Spirit of Christmas, Gift of Peace. Yeah, those two Santas. The Spirit of Christmas and the Gift of Peace. What were they? Memorabilia? The first memorabilias, maybe? No. Because that would have been before memorabilia. I guess they were lavender and lace. Okay. And this is a chart that I noticed that they were advertising as well. Little sneak peek into that Mary Engelbright book. Little sneak peek. Just a FYI. That one's in there. And then we have a parrot, a lotus, and a fish. They put her in fish earrings. And a parrot, and the lotus blossom. Fridge magnets, people. Fridge magnets. So that's going to be it. I know I am over an hour already, and that was actually pausing the video and not running running over and continue talking and dealing with cats and whatnot, but I do need to wrap this up because I think trouble's about to brew. So that's going to be it for this one. If you're interested in looking at and seeing the flip throughs for those books that I showed, I will be doing each one in its own separate video. I will try to get one done. I'll try to get them all done today. If I can't, I might do one today, and then I'll do the other two on my day off tomorrow. So they will come. Just be patient. So, but like I said earlier, the only person I really subscribed to was the person I said before. I done forgot her name by now. I told you my memory's terrible, you guys. So that's it for me. By the time you see this, I will be uploading soon the flip throughs, and so I will see you guys soon. Have a great week. Have a blessed week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.